Hey Hoopheads, Brad here with another breakdown, and today I want to watch some film from Scottie Barnes' Raptors debut where he had 12 points and 9 rebounds and did a mixed bag of good and bad things on both sides of the ball as you'd expect for a rookie. Let's get into it. On this play, as Beal comes off the screen, Precious has to step out to him, so you see Barnes covering Gafford on the roll to the rim, and once Fred recovers, I'd like to see Precious quickly get back to Gafford so Barnes can jump out to Kuzma in the corner, but instead the Raptors get caught reacting and Barnes can't quite get there to bother the shot. That's more the fault of Precious or maybe the system than Barnes. Still a decent shot contest. This one is a bigger problem. Barnes is the closest person to Bradley Beal, and as he gets into the front court, he's maybe thinking he should go switch with Fred, who's guarding a big, but loses his awareness of where Beal is, and Beal winds up with a wide open three, misses it in this case, but still you don't want to be giving shots like that to Bradley Beal. And here, Barnes is not involved in the pick and roll action, but as Precious steps up to help contain the ball, Barnes' job is to tag the roller, to deter the pocket pass, and generally make life difficult. Gives him a good little bump, but then he gets caught watching as the shot goes up. Precious doesn't box out either. The Wizards get the putback. And then on this play, similar deal as Beal drives off the screen, Barnes tags Daniel Gafford, and Beal's going to throw it to the far corner. Dragic is helping way into the paint, but still a pretty decent closeout by Barnes to get a hand up. If I'm going to nitpick, I'd say that after tagging, Barnes could start his momentum going to the corner right away instead of freezing for a second, but that's not really a huge deal, and it's nice to see he has the tagging down at least. On this play, KCP comes off 2 screens for the handoff, and by the time he gets to the second screen, Barnes has to help out because Dragic is trailing so far behind. I think this should probably just turn into a switch next time, and Kuzma winds up wide open at the top. Fred can't rush him because that would leave Beal open in the corner, so maybe in the future Barnes can recognize and call for that switch early, or maybe Dragic doesn't get so lost. But either way, on the rebound, watch the quick outlet pass by Barnes to help spark the fast break. It's going to be key to get out in transition for this team with the half-court offense struggling, and those quick outlet passes really help to get things moving. And then here, Dinwiddie gets it at the top with Barnes guarding. Good job moving his feet. He does a pretty good job of getting through the screen, keeps his hands out of there so there's no foul, and because he's so long, Dinwiddie doesn't have a good look at the basket, tries to throw a lob that goes awry. Nice little sequence. Gotta avoid those fouls, especially if you're going to be defending at the point of attack. Here on offense, Kuzma switches onto Barnes, and you see him just kind of standing there. I'd like to see him fight for a little deeper position, but I think he's not sure if he should come up and set another screen or clear out, let OG do his thing, but OG winds up throwing him an entry pass, and because he didn't fight for deeper position, he doesn't really have a post move here. He doesn't put the ball on the floor, and as a result, he winds up settling for this tougher face-up jumper. Not really what you want to see, but I think that's mostly a result of just developing chemistry with new teammates and figuring out your role on the team. That'll improve over time. And then here, this one made all the highlight reels. This is just a crazy shot for a rookie to have in his arsenal. Drives and spins back to the middle, lefty skyhook, wildly impressive. That's great touch, great control, very nice. On this one, you see Scottie in the strong side corner, and as the ball goes to the weak side, he makes the right rotation at the right time, but it just looks like he's moving a little slow and then not quite under control, so Neto easily steps around him to attack the basket. I wonder if he was maybe getting a little gassed at this point, playing hard for 8 minutes straight in his first NBA game. And now on this one, he has the ball with a head of steam, defended by Davis Bertans. Great decision to attack. Gets called for the offensive foul in this case, which was a bad call in my opinion. He was kind of stepping around him. Bertans just kind of got him with the hip. But regardless, I love seeing that aggression from him. Wouldn't change a thing. And here, as the Raptors get back in transition, Barnes gets in help position, but also stays between his man and the ball to prevent the pass. And then as Neto drives, he's in position to challenge, but because Trent is still in the play, he backs off to prevent the pass. Trent gets the block. Some really nice decision making from Barnes to not overhelp and open up the dump off pass. And then out on the fast break, he hits Kem Birch with the no-look pass. He gets fouled. A good two-way sequence from the rookie. And this is a play where I'd like to see Barnes make one more move. Denny Avdia defending, so Scottie's got a size advantage. Love that he gets into the paint, but right here, I'd like him to take another dribble to try and back him down a little further, and as he fakes and then spins back, I think he could pivot once more to try and step around Avdia and extend for the lefty layup. Not the end of the world, but probably better than taking a tougher jumper. Probably needs to work on his left hand a little bit. And then getting back on defense, you see he's the high man here, but he takes his eyes off Bradley Beal, and Beal just back cuts him. Achua caught sleeping too. It's an easy bucket, and you just have to be on high alert whenever Bradley Beal's on the court, because if you fall asleep, he will make you pay. And then this one is the tagging that we saw earlier. Achua has to help contain Dinwiddie, so Barnes tags Gafford rolling to the basket. A little bump, maybe technically a foul, but enough to throw off the timing on the lob and create this turnover. And then off the turnover, Barnes gets out in the open court, operating with tons of power, great control, turns it into a layup. Another fabulous two-way sequence from the rookie. And now I want to look at the 4 defensive fouls Barnes had. These first 2 are pretty close. He actually plays very well positionally, but as the shooter goes up in both cases, Barnes has one of his hands reaching forward instead of being straight up, maybe a bit marginal with the contact, but Beal in particular is always going to get that call, so you have to be disciplined with your hands. That's pretty easily correctable. And then these other 2 are just not great decisions. Reach-ins where he has very little chance of poking the ball away, and those fouls help get the other team get free throws or get closer to the bonus at least. So hopefully those sorts of things can be avoided as he continues to grow and is just a better real-time decision maker. This play here is fairly basic, but really good. You see OG with some ball denial defense on Beal, gets cut backdoor, so Barnes helps off his man in the corner, and he stunts towards Beal to make him pick up the ball, but then runs back to his man in the corner to prevent the pass. An incredible recovery by OG, showing why he's a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Gets the block. But then unfortunately, as Barnes recovers the ball, he tries to throw an outlet pass right past Bradley Beal, just not quite having the awareness of where everybody is on the court. And then this is a play I love from Scottie. Gets the ball with a smaller defender on him, backs him down, deep into the paint, takes a little contact, and instead of fading away from it, he powers up through the contact, able to draw the foul. Love to see that aggression from him. And then here Barnes blows a dunk off a missed free throw, whatever it happens, but he has great hustle getting back on defense, and as the Wizards get into the front court, he springs a trap on Beal, who's forced to give the ball up, and then Barnes sprints to get back in the play and helps Fred force a turnover in the paint. It turns into a fast break. Love to see him pushing the pace, but a bad pass here, throwing it behind Achua, who was looking for the alley-oop. Probably just a little chemistry hiccup that'll get ironed out over time. Maybe needed to look instead of going for the no-look pass on this one. And then here, after the botched alley-oop, you see Barnes getting back on defense, but once you cross that half-court line and Beal has the ball, you have to be ready to defend. He's just a little too relaxed, a little too straight up, so Beal takes advantage and attacks, and Barnes, trying to react from being out of position, opens up a huge gap in the defense. That lets Beal get to the rim and to the free throw line. Once again, you gotta be on high alert when it comes to a guy like Beal. And then I love this play. Scottie gets the ball with KCP on him and immediately attacks, starts to back him down, fakes the drop step and comes back to the middle, takes that extra pivot he missed earlier and gets all the way to the rim. Really nice footwork. And then just another freight train fast break play by Scottie off a nice steal by Fred. Not much to say about this one. Great body control to evade Kuzma, take it to the other side of the rim. Love seeing him getting out and pushing the pace. And then this is a play where I think Scottie could use a little more power. Good baseline drive, the help comes, and if he just takes one more hard dribble right here, he can use his butt to bump Kuzma backwards and go up strong on the near side of the basket. Instead, he goes to the far side for a bit of a softer shot that doesn't fall, but nice cleanup by Kem Birch on the putback. And now here the Raptors are pressing because they're running out of time. You see a big gamble from Scottie that doesn't really pay off, gets him way out of position, but Birch makes the pass to beat the trap difficult, and Banton steps up to cut off Barnes' man, and great hustle from Scottie, running to the corner to cut off Kuzma's passing options, and Kuzma winds up shuffling his feet for the turnover. A pretty good scramble from the Raptors, and nice to see Barnes really hustling. And now on this play, the Raptors are zoned up, but as the Wizards start to drive it, you've got Banton under the basket, Birch with inside position on his man, and Boucher on the driver, so Barnes isn't really doing a whole lot standing in the key. He could start to drift to the corner, that's where the pass winds up going, and as he tries to close out, he gets beat pretty easily here, easier than you want, leads to 2 points at the rim. Tough play there. And finally, after a nice strip by Fred VanVleet, Precious gets it on the fast break and delivers it to Barnes, who gathers it, takes his time, and goes up strong for the and one. Nice work. Overall, a pretty solid debut from Barnes. I think as he gets more comfortable, we'll see the aggression ramp up, a little bit more half-court scoring. And if you eliminate some of these rookie mistakes, the Raptors look like they've got a really good young player on their hands. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, like the video, hit that subscribe button, and let me know what you thought of Scottie Barnes in the comments.